Well, this is glorious. We're flying along.
And to do that, you need a boat. This time, boat building.
I'm currently 5 years into a 2-year project.
Oh, it'll be finished when it's finished.
So you actually had 2 sets of plans and they weren't the same?
That's right, yes.
Well, hello. I'm up at Lake Macquarie again at the Classic Boat Association boat shed to catch up with the guys and see what's been going on. And earlier today I caught up with Rob, who's been building an Ebby Hen 16.
Who designed
It's
it?
designed by Francois Vivier in France. Quite famous for the Ilor, but this is kind of the bigger brother of the Ilor. There's a 15-foot version and a 16-foot version, and there's a clinker and also a lap strake version, so there's a few different variations of it, and I think each has 3 different rigs as well, so the combinations are...
How long have you been building it?
I'm currently 5 years into a 2-year project.
Oh.
And it gets only a few hours a week probably, and keeps getting interrupted making toys and woodwork things for the grandkids.
Yeah, well you've got a fantastic workshop here. You've got heaps of room.
I'm very blessed with my workshop. Always like woodwork, always like traditional materials, but boats, it's kind of like a 3D sculpture with no straight lines, all curves that all make beautiful shapes, and then it's a functional object at the end for fun on the water when you finish.
This has got water ballast.
Yes, in the tradition of the Bay Raider and other similar vessels. This is the partly completed water ballast tank. Still some filleting to go, as you can see, but gradually working on it. There's a wall on each side, and runs from fore to aft. It's a total of about 180 litres both sides. This will be all painted and lined with 3 layers of epoxy.
Yeah.
Possibly fiberglass as well. Some people do, I haven't decided yet. And the way it works is that there will be a bung mounted in the bottom of the boat, coming through the other side of course, and then that will be decked in. This will be a sealed compartment both sides, and then in the top deck will be mounted a hatch. Reach in, undo the bung, let the water in, fill it up, and then when you get back to and put the lid back on, so it's a sealed compartment, and then when you get back to the dock, the bilge pump that will be mounted in here will pump it out or drain it back into the well when you get back to the beach.
And what made you choose this design?
I like the traditional shape. My dad built I think it was a wood duck 14 from Chesapeake Lightcraft. I wanted something that had a few more skills involved, but I wasn't happy to go with lofting from a set of plans and cutting it out of solid wood.
Yeah, and is this the first boat you've built?
I built a little, very simple plywood pumped in year 10 as a project. It was the first proper boat, if you like.
What was the hardest part that you've encountered so far?
Just getting the planks nice and fair, and the overlapping parts of each plank and the way the bow comes together, and getting all that nice and fair and smooth and pretty. Yeah.
Well, it looks really good.
Yeah, I'm happy with the way it came together, yeah.
Is it hard to maintain the drive to keep building?
It can be. You can get into a bit of a rut. Sanding the underside before I turned it over, sanding ready for painting. You get very sick of sanding with boat building. I think boat building is the process of taking some lumps of wood and sanding most of it away.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you invest in a really good sander, really good dust extractor, because you'll be using them both a lot.
You've got an outboard well.
You build the boat as if you don't have a well, then you'll cut a hole at the end. The arrangement is, these aren't finished yet obviously, they will mount on the sides with a plank across at the right height to suit your particular outboard, so that will be positioned somewhere in there with a board across. and then then we'll cut a hole in the hull to suit the cross section of the particular outboard that you've chosen.
Yeah.
I've been toying with the idea of using a permanently mounted pod drive version of the e-propulsion outboard.
Yeah.
But Paul's just pointed out to me that the drag of a permanently mounted propeller can be considerable, so I'm backwards and forwards on that one. The other thing too, with it, another 2 years to go on the build, electric outboard technology is growing so fast and the players are changing all the time that I may change which particular outboard I choose in another 2 years.
Rob, you've got a very, very nice looking model here. Tell me about your model.
Bought the plans probably 7 or 8 years ago when we had bought this house with this workshop but hadn't quite moved up yet, so I was still living in Sydney with a small garage and couldn't start on the actual boat. So I thought I'd get started and built a model, and luckily the plans that came from Francois Vivier, A4 page printed out, were precisely 1:10 scale. So we converted these PDFs into laser outlines and lasered out in 1mm and 1.5mm birch ply, lasered out the shapes from the plans, and then practiced putting it together at 1/10 scale. And it was actually quite useful, especially some of the more complex layering along the centre line, with six or eight layers along the centre line in various, the starts and stops at various points to form the centreboard case and so on. So practicing all of that stuff was actually quite useful.
And would you recommend to anyone building a boat, see if you can build a model first?
It can't hurt, especially if you've, like I was, can't start on the boat for physical or family reasons.
Yeah.
And in fact, I noticed that CLC Lightcraft now have off-the-shelf laser-cut model kits for a lot of their boats now.
Wow.
Yeah, so that someone's commercialised the idea.
I wouldn't mind getting some of them.
Yeah, so Denman Marine, I think, has them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What paint have you gone with?
I have used Aquacoat. Very happy with the boat coat resin, so I went with their Aquacoat water-based paint system. I'm super happy with the boat coat resin.
Yeah.
Minimal VOCs, stink. Doesn't have the amine blush or anything like that. I happen to like the fact that the fillers are not bright white as well. It's just a personal thing. So the Eberhens is named after a group of islands just off the coast of Brittany. So I've tried to incorporate Breton crosses and Breton heraldic symbols wherever I can. It's going to be part of the nameplates.
Looks fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you. This is the rig that I've chosen. Lots of strings to pull. Nice yawl that everyone assures me is a very useful thing to have. The downside, I suppose, is that there are 6 spars to make. So I shall be busy making spars.
And when do you think you'll be getting it wet?
It would float now.
Yeah, and we have had a lot of rain, but that's not really what I meant.
One of my heroes, who I had the great pleasure of meeting in Hobart this year, is Leo Goulden from Tally Ho.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll quote Leo, it'll be another 2 years, and it will always be another 2 years until I launch it 2 years ahead of schedule.
Well, thanks very much, Rob. I'll be back in a few months to see how you're going.
You'll be very welcome anytime.
And back at the Classic Boat Association boat shed, they've just finished building 2 nesting pram dinghies, which are up for sale. But this morning, they've been ever-during a Hartley 16.
Paul, this is your Hartley 16. Tell me about the build. You had a few problems with the plans.
Oh, so the plans that I got originally came from New Zealand, but they're not really the plans that the Hartley Association of Australia use. When you glue 2 sheets together to get your full-size frames, and they weren't lining up properly. So the idea is just to work off the plans that you can now get off the Hartley Association, and that solved a lot of problems once I got those plans.
So you actually had two sets of plans and they weren't the same?
That's right, yeah. So the ones that I got from New Zealand, from Hartley itself, were somewhat different to the ones that you would get if you wanted to build a Class A TS16 in Australia.
So you're going to turn this over soon?
It will be. We're at the stage now where we're going to be priming and undercoating and painting, and once that's all done, she'll be rolled over.
In shed number 2, it's also a hive of activity. The guys come together every Tuesday and Thursday mornings to build and restore dinghies.
So, Jeff, this is the tender for the William IV, is that right?
Yeah, that's right, Paul. We've been working on it for probably 2 years now, part-time, 2 mornings a week. Make a lot of progress.
Yeah.
But it's coming along. We're probably within a month of christening it and getting it onto the ship. Come along nicely with the painting's finished. It's a nice sort of antique sort of sandstone colour on the hull.
Yeah.
Varnish on the shear plank. It's going to be nice. Hanging points are really just about finished.
And they've made the oars already?
The oars have been made.
Yeah.
The guys have done some really good work. I've been lucky enough to get lots of bronze fittings at flea markets and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
One more coat of oil on the interior, and we're pretty much done. So it's looking really, really good.
This is the 44th model I've built since 2019.
Wow.
When it was too hot to go out, and then coronavirus hit. So
Yeah.
I decided to build models to fill in my days, and this has become a habit. Based on a little fat-back trawler. They used to call them ballina buckets, because they were nice and beamy at the back for trawling, for dragging nets.
Downstairs it's all happening, but upstairs on the mezzanine level there's even more.
Noel, you're building another pintail. Now, this is number, 5 or 6 over here you're working on?
Number 2 kayak,
Yeah.
but we did build 4 pitwater sculls before. So
Okay.
this is
And what are you going to build next?
this is a 12-foot blackstone.
Right.
We've got 3 teams of 2 up here in the mezzanine, so we're having fun.
Yeah.
We're keeping busy.
It's all about having fun.
It's,
And they look
yeah.
fantastic.
Well, yeah.
You've not only been building kayaks, what else have you been building recently?
Well, we're on the mezzanine. We're in case of fire. We have an improvised escape hatch.
Right.
Pull this out.
Yes.
Let it drop.
Yeah.
We grab the rope
Yeah.
and you throw it. Well, there's someone below now.
Yeah.
Throw it out and climb down it if you're good enough.
If you're fit enough.
If you're fit enough.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
The committee decided in their wisdom they didn't like my escape hatch.
Right. So.
Over here,
Yes.
we have now an escape ladder
Right.
with a hatch. Lift it up, lift it back, and we've got 2 entry and egress points now. So down we go. But there's a trick as well.
Oh.
There's fire down here as well. So you go down a bit
Yeah.
and you need the window open. It's open. You're out the window. Here we go.
So even though it sounds a bit silly, it is quite a sensible idea, isn't it? Because you could have a fire here quite easily.
It's beautiful. It really makes us happy. We've been worried before with jam-packed below,
Yeah.
fuel, motors
Yeah.
at the bottom of our stairs.
Yeah.
So it was dangerous.
Yeah.
Now we're happy.
Yeah. Because there is only one ladder down the other end.
There's only one ladder.
Yeah.
Yep.
So where do you hide the coffee machine up here? Is that hidden behind another door somewhere?
It's in my bag. The coffee, instant coffee, black, no sugar, no milk. There we go. We've got everything up here.
Steve spent 2 years building his beautiful Ian Outred designed Fulmar. But this dinghy has a secret.
G'day, Steve.
Hey, Paul, how are you?
I'm good.
That's good.
We haven't seen you on the water for a while. What have you been up to?
Well, Paul, I've been converting my Fulmar, which was an open boat, into a cabin version, which was done by Keys Prince in America. He did one that I saw many years ago, and I like the style of it, and I have been putting it off, but now I've bit the bullet and nearly finishing the conversion here.
It's what, 5 months or 6 months or thereabouts?
I think it's about 5 months, 5 to 6 months I've been working on it so far. I pre-cut a lot of the stuff beforehand, and then before I cut into the boat and did it, because the deck's been raised, the front deck's been raised because it was lower down below the strake. And then of course the cabin goes on, and I've raised the side decks had to be put in and raised.
Yeah, I think it looks fantastic. You could be sitting on the foredeck there, leaning back against the cabin with a cocktail in hand.
Oh, you definitely could, yes, that's for sure, in Margaritaville.
It's a long foredeck.
The holes in the foredeck are going to be, I'm going to put an anchor well in there. They're just to locate where I can start cutting to cut that bit of ply out. And then I'll have a hatch on top of it. I've bought a hatch. It has some bits of timber underneath it. As the deck's got that slight curve, I'll have to taper them so it'll sit flat on the deck.
So you didn't go straight on just to build the cabin straight off. You built a template first, didn't you?
Yeah, so I made template out of 3mm plywood, and just got the curvature right and the size so I could try it in place before I actually cut into the real timber.
So how much did you actually have to cut out converting it from an open dinghy?
It had a front deck and it was 8 inches or 200mm below the shear, so I had to cut that deck out, then make new deck beams to raise the deck up, which then slipped in under the gunnel, as I like that look. And then as you come down with the side decks, I just had to keep following. I had to put little cleats in underneath the gunnel so that the deck would sit on top of those cleats and give it support. I made these rings for the portholes, so I'm going to glue them onto the outside of the boat, and then I've got some perspex already cut, and I'll silicate on the inside to make the portholes. As I couldn't get ones the size that I wanted, I've looked online and I just couldn't find any online the right size. They all seemed a lot bigger than these ones.
Yeah.
And I think these ones are a bit more in proportion.
Yeah, and what sort of paint are you going to use and paint colour? Have you got a colour scheme yet?
Well, my original thoughts are to do a cream deck and then the sides of the cabin and the front of the cabin in a white. All inside the cabin will be white.
Yeah.
And these rings I'm thinking about doing black so they'll stand out a little bit against the white. So that's at this stage. I'm still tossing up on colour.
Your cabin corner posts look a little bit fancy. What's going on there?
Yes, well, I had this material. It's dado moulding that I used on a house I built many years ago, and I've just carried it from house to house with me, and so I thought it looked a bit fancy, and I just put some grooves in both sides of it with the router to accept the plywood. And I think it's turned out quite all right.
Never throw any timber away. You're always going to find a use for it.
You always will find a use for it. You need all those little bits of timber, that's for sure.
When do you think it's going to be finished?
Yeah, well, that's the $1,000 question. It'll be finished when it's finished. A few people have asked me that, so I'm not sure. I think maybe another couple of months, 2 to 3 months maybe.
Yeah.
Should be finished. I'm getting towards...
In time for summer?
Yeah, in time for summer, yes. I'm getting towards patching up the holes and sanding back and getting it ready for painting. So hopefully it won't be too much longer.
I hope this has given you some inspiration to build a boat to come dinghy cruising. But if you're not building, why not just sit back and watch some more dinghy cruising adventures? The channel's now had over 2 million views, so thank you for watching Sailing Kate Louise, and I'll see you on the water somewhere next time.